Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going over Braam's My Name is Michael. So, have you heard of Braam before? Of course you've heard of Braam before, because they are everywhere in trailer music. If your grandma, your dog, or your uncle's ever been to a movie, they've heard of Braam. It's that blah, blah sound. So how do we go about making those? Well, I feel like the possibilities are endless. So let me just show you one way, and then you can apply some of the principles we're using in my video here to your version of a Braam. So, all I've got so far is a legato patch pulled up on some French horns from Jaeger. So I'm going to record that. That sounds pretty boring, but I actually wanted that to be an octave down. Sweet. So now I'm going to, we want to work here with audio files. So I'm going to bounce it. And I'm going to delete the original sound. I'm also going to double click this, make sure we're on file, and hit function, normalize. So now we've got this sound. So it sounds like the orcs are coming, but let's change it up a little bit. We've got transpose down an octave, so now it'll sound lower. So even just that sound, I know it's not like we didn't do much. You could use that as a Braam. But what we can also do is mess with it some more. So my approach is basically we're going to throw a bunch of different plugins at it. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You won't know what it sounds like until you throw something at it. So let's go with the basics though. Generally we'll go with distortion, compression, and some reverb. Let's go with decapitator. That's a distortion that I like. So I'm going to hit punish. Use whatever you're comfortable with. So you can see it's already sounding pretty mean, but the wave file here isn't really reflecting the actual sound. So I'm going to hit bounce again now that the distortion's on it. Now you can see what it actually looks like. So that's too long, so I'm going to cut it back. Let's go for a little bit more. Let's go for a bar. And I'm going to hit T then A to add a fade at the end here so it doesn't click. Let's hear what we got. Okay, cool. Now it's ending very abruptly. We don't want that. Well, maybe you do, but I don't at this particular moment. So I'm going to add Valhalla Room so we have some reverb and a little bit of a tail. Awesome. Right there, I feel like that's usable. As I know I said that before, but that's pretty cool. We can maybe add on a compressor just to smush it a little bit of makeup. And let's add this hard distortion. Let's see what we get now. Sounds pretty similar. I don't even know if that affected it that much. Let's hear it again. Okay, it did. That's a cool sound. I already like that. So let's go with Braam. One thing we could do here, like just to give it a little bit more personality, we're gonna go to my waves, and I've got this thing called a sound shifter. I really recommend this if you like to do sound design. I'm gonna hit A, and I'm gonna go to the read option here and change it to touch. So now if I move one of these little knobs, it'll allow me to adjust it on the screen here. So let's hit play. Just gonna move that a little bit, so you can see it's reflecting what I inputted by moving it up slowly. So I'm thinking we go from here to about, ooh, that might be a lot, to like that. So now the pitch is gonna go up slowly. That might be too soon, so I'm going to push it back, and then we'll end a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit higher, because I don't think that did a whole lot. Cool. So let's hear it without that. I'm going to turn it back to read. Let's hear it with it off. So just blah. Now let's hear it with it back on. Just gives it a little bit more flavor, a little bit of spice. So blah. Cool. So now we've got this cool, interesting Braam sound. What else can we do? I'm thinking we can double it. I hit the wrong button there for sure. I'm going to hit Command D, or we can hit this button right here. I'm going to bring it down. These sound the exact same right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the transpose, and I'm going to put it up an octave. So now they're an octave apart, and let's hear how they sound together. Not bad, right? Works for me. I like the tail of the Braam. So at the bottom here, I've made a little, just like a little intro, I guess. It's nothing crazy, but what we can do is we can add it into the track, just so you have an idea of how quickly you can make a Braam and put it in a track, just so it already sounds like it can work. So let's do here. Let's just line up with my hits. Boom. And I think I got so basically there's a pulse. I've got some percussion, which is damage, and I was gonna say fusion, but it's ferrum. I don't know what fusion is. Maybe I'm hungry. Some hits, some booms, and I've got a riser that leads into the end there. So let's hear it for now. First of all, I didn't line it up as good as I could have. Let's move it back a little bit. Let's move this back a little bit. And you might have said, hey, that didn't make any noise. That's because I forgot to unmute the track or the group here. Let's try that again. Okay, that sound. So you can see just, it's been like a 10-minute video so far, maybe not even that long. And we've got something that's musical based on our Braam, and it fits well. One thing we can do, I'm thinking, is that instead of going out with a full bang right away, I'm going to delete the high note. We'll have the high note and the low note come in for the second hit here on the Braam. There might be some things sound like it might be a little out of time. Maybe move it up a little bit. It's not that important right now. Obviously, you can mess with that if you're doing it on your end. And I'm thinking for this last hit I've got, you can see I've got a boom. I'm going to grab these both. I'm going to duplicate them again. How I'm doing that right now is I'm holding Option and dragging it. No, I'm thinking I might be wrong, but let's put it here. No, let's put it here. And what I'm going to do is, you know what? Let's make a new track for these. Bring them down. I'm going to go into my options here, and I'm going to grab a filter, auto filter. So basically this is cutting off some of the sound. Let's put it to like a quarter of what it was. I'm going to do that for both. If you want, we can hit X, highlight the other. So we've got these two, and I can just hit Options and drag it over. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit Control. It should be Options, like I said. So now if we listen to it, it should sound really like soft. Cool. So as you like, a lot of the, your trailers get big, they get huge, and then right at the end, it's the Braam from the beginning or the middle, but just softer. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands right now, but it's softer. So let's listen to it again. So that was just the low version. Here's in 2 different octaves. That boom gets a little heavy at the end there. We could turn it down. So I noticed, I really think I have these out. Oh. I think these are quite out of time, but you can kind of get the picture. Let's play it one more time. Let's see if I can get this just slightly right. Sometimes you got to mess with the WAV files. Let's hear it one more time. Let's see what we got. There you have it. We got we've implemented our Braam into a track here. Obviously, I wrote the track ahead of time, like the pieces at the bottom, but it's very musical even after just adding a couple hits, a boom, a riser, and doubling up on the Braam. So you can mess around with it with the Braam, even when you have your Braam and you're like, this is the Braam. you can mess around with it with your plugins to make it interesting as the song is going along. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, have a great day and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.